How we getting on, folks? Look at very, very good day in Tramore. The last day, I was very, very happy with it. We really did put in um some great runs. Obviously, look at the nap of the day being Bopom, being a non-runner then as well. It certainly didn't start us off on the right track, but for the next best at 13-2, realistically, it looked like 13-2 was an insult to the horse, and definitely it ended up to be a big insult at that sort of a price as well. Court Evans as well for the local yard. Look at a very, very easy winner and definitely got off to winning ways there. Anyway, moving on to Roscommon. It's a track that's a little bit hit and miss with me. I'll either have a very, very good day or a very, very bad day. There's no real happy medium with this. It's either going to go very, very well for me or not. But looks to be a weak enough card with some clear-cut favourites. There is a couple of big prices in here at an each-way angle as well, and it will be covering that as well. But it looks to be overall a generally weak card, but some very competitive race, and then as well coming near the end of it as well. So we're going to take a chance and we're going to see how things go. Anyway, first race off, the 425, and this one here I will be siding with the James McCauley and Conor Maxwell charge here with Alabaster currently priced at 3-1. Realistically, I think it has the most in hand, and providing it is coming in here fairly fit and ready to go after a bit of a layoff, I think it's going to take all the beating. The way it's run, the over this sort of trip, the way Roscommon's laid out the ground, Conor Maxwell is a very good jockey. James McCauley is a very, very shrewd trainer. I think is going to be a very, very hard horse to peg back. And realistically, when you look at what the horse has done, what the horse has come up against, it's definitely met an awful lot of stronger opposition than what is facing today. War God obviously is very interesting then as well for Enda Bulger and Darragh O'Keefe. I just think the last time didn't necessarily fill me with a load of confidence, and it definitely does need to improve. Look at realistically, an unplaced attempt at a handicap. It wasn't overly exciting. I don't know why really the horse is 9-4 favourite. I definitely wouldn't be getting on board him at that sort of a price. Interesting here with Viking Horde as well coming back for the Charles Burns setup, or Cahill Burns, should I say. But definitely Alabaster for me is definitely the one that I will be siding with. And the one that I am going with 3-1 looks to be a slight bit of an overprice. 455 is going to be my patron pick of the day, so I'm not going to be covering that. But 525, a very, very interesting race on the card here in this one. Obviously, look at Banbridge and Palm Beach, two stable mates coming up against each other. If Palm Beach had lived up to the hype of what he realistically was bought for, Palm Beach would not be in this race. It's as simple as that. But he's just constantly and I suppose consistently disappointed everyone in terms of his performances and all that. He's just been finding one too good, and I definitely think he's going to find one too good here in Banbridge, currently priced at 6-4. I think this one here is definitely the one to be on. Palm Beach is just too unreliable. I'm sick of I suppose backing him at this stage and making excuses for him, but Banbridge is going for a hat-trick here, and realistically the way he has been running and the way he has been winning, I cannot see Palm Beach troubling him here. If Palm Beach had actually finished the race in Ballinrobe, I probably would have backed Palm Beach here, but like he's just regressed, and he's not gotten any better. He's just always he's a tricky horse because he always runs out a decent enough race, but he always just finds that way to get himself beaten Banbridge knows how to win. He should know how to beat Palm Beach here. And realistically, I am definitely siding with Palm Beach. Or Banbridge, even though he has to give Palm Beach a stone, I think he is too good for him. And realistically, the form is in the book here, and it just looks like it's going to be his race to lose. 5:55, and I'm tied between this one. I don't know whether to go for Choir Practice at 7-4 or go with Skipping Court at 6-4. I suppose if you had a gun to me head, I'd probably go with Skipping Court, simply because its debut run was that little bit better than Choir Practice, even though, look, I know it finished third that particular day. I think it's got an interesting look about it. We don't really know how it's going to handle the better ground, but realistically, he surely should. Looking down through his breeding, being by Court Cave, definitely would probably like a bit of juice in the ground. Second foal, Damn Unraced Half Sister to Bumper, 2 mile. 4 hurdle winner, Secret Legacy, out of an unraced Half Sister to a 2 mile 5 to 3 mile 1 hurdle Useful Chase winner, Kinburn, and is a granddaughter of Half Sister to Supreme Novices hurdle winner, Miller Hill. I'm not going to look into that too much. There's too many outside sources in that one. But look, if it improves on its last run, I can't understand how this horse would be beaten. I think the only thing that's going to beat it is either Choir Practice or something in front of it, as the saying goes. I really think, looking at the two, I'm definitely liking Skipping Court more than I am Choir Practice, and therefore Skipping Court is the one I definitely will be going on at 6-4. 6:25 then, and this one here is going to be the first each way of the day. Well, the only each way of the day, should I say. It's a tricky one. The top two in the market look like they deserve to be there. Hollowed Star didn't necessarily run a great race the last day. Powerful out. It's a tricky one. I'm not 100% sure on it. But the one that I am going with is Tom McGreevy at 14-1 for Elizabeth Doyle and Sean Flanagan, and simply because the way it ran the last day in Navan on his hurdling, was it his hurdling debut? No, it's not his hurdling debut, but it was definitely his best run to date in a hurdle race. Cotty McAvenny Gold won that race. Kavanagh's Corner, Valupo, Aragon, Corey Ladd, and in behind him was Sir Jack Chipperal, Finian's Row, Know the Game, Tango Theatre, Did Decoy, Endless Cash, Jaw Box, Florida Gold, Ballykill Murray, Hide the Truth, Wisaka. Nothing really in there screams superstars. Nothing really in there screams. Well, look at Kavanagh's Corners. Is a decent sort of a handicapper, and look at I think it's going to run his race. I think the better ground is probably going to suit him there a little bit as well. I think that was on incredibly heavy ground that particular day, was it not? No, it was yielding. So it's interesting. I'm just after realizing the owners of this horse are called the Peaky Blinders Syndicate. So I don't know whether it's luck or whatever, but the Peaky bloggers following the Peaky Blinders we're either going to be 3 blind mice or whatever. But yeah, very, very best of luck to the Peaky Blinders Syndicate. I don't know who you are, but that one definitely made me chuckle as the first time actually noticing that. I should have seen it before, but it's definitely very interesting. 6:55. Oh, I'm sort of thrown off course there now, but 6:55. one of the more decent races of the card. You've Benefit Run at 6-1, Stealthy Thomas at 3-1, and the one that I am going with is Stansfield for Paul Trainer and Cormac Abernathy, claiming £7. This one here really is very, very interesting. Stansfield is a very, very talented horse, always runs out a great race. All you have to do is look at the form book. 3-1-3-3-3. Look at I think the fact that Paul Trainer's making a fair trek down with one horse. Not saying that it's with any, I suppose, intent or anything like that, but it's always very interesting when a Northern trainer comes down with only one horse. He's coming hurdling here off 21 pounds lower, and a further 7 being claimed off his back by Cormac Abernathy. So the proof is in the pudding. He's nearly 2 stone well in. So if he can turn his chasing form into his hurdle form, now I know he's a better chaser than he is a hurdler by all stretch of the imaginations, but expect him to run a fairly decent race. I think 6-1 is overpriced, and realistically off this sort of a mart is definitely very interesting. Probably if they were going for a win, I don't want to sound too hard on Cormac Abernathy, but I'd probably want to see Darragh O'Keefe on board. Usually for Karen McNeely, they usually do get Darragh on board anytime there's a winner. But saying that, Cormac Abernathy has been a very, very good claimer for Paul, and he has run fairly decent races as well. So look, I want to wish Cormac and Paul the very, very best of luck, and as well as that, Karen McNeely as well, who does who they all follow the blog as well. So just want to wish them all the very, very best of luck, and safe journey home is the main thing anyway. 7:25 then, not the last race, the second last race of the day. This one here is going to hold a nap of the day, and this one will be going with Norman Lee, the man in form, and Shane Fitzgerald claiming £7 with Not So Simple, and hopefully this one will be very, very simple here today. Second last time out. Norman Lee is having the best season of his life with the winner in the Grimes Hurdle, I think the name of the race was in Tipperary. Grimes Hurdle, I think it was. His first graded race, if I'm not mistaken. He's really starting to fire them in all cylinders. And look, at Not So Simple has been a very, very talented horse, and realistically is a nice sort of a front runner that's going to appreciate Roscommon. There's no doubt about it. And realistically, it's definitely well suited. Shane Fitzgerald is a very, very talented jockey on board. Claiming £7 is basically a free 7 with him on board. He definitely knows the time of day. Norman Lee, like I said, is having a season of his life, and potentially is going to take some stopping. I really, really do like this horse, and I think he is going to be much, much shorter come race time tomorrow. Finally, then, we're going straight from the nap to the next best and the last race of the day, Via Rosa. Currently priced at 9-4 for Pádraig Roach and Anya O'Connor claiming 5. Look, it's definitely very, very interesting. The reason why I have this down as the next best is because it was third behind Apple Crumble and Never Feel Blue. Now, for those who have been following the Irish race in our podcast, you'd know we interviewed James Fenton, who is in charge of Closutton Racing membership, Lionsmouth Racing, and Blue Bloods Racing, which Never Feel Blue is a part of. And when we asked him what horses he was most looking forward to seeing coming into the season ahead, Never Feel Blue was a name that was mentioned, and on her debut she definitely did deliver, but last time out beaten by Apple Crumble. This horse in here was third in behind it. I think it was a fairly smart race. Looking at the breeding of Apple Crumble, there was definitely a nice sort of a stamp. Obviously, Never Feel Blue, a very, very talented, a talented horse with lots to like about her. Via Rosa, I can't imagine her losing this race if she's good enough. I think she's got the beating of Barntown Girl, and it looks to be her race to lose, especially with the form in the book there to back it up. James Fenton thinks Never Feel Blue is a very, very talented horse. This one here was only a few lengths in behind it. I think if it shows that, it's going to be a hard horse to beat. But yeah, 9-4, the next best of the day for me. But lookers, I'm going to leave it there. Please make sure to keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. We're slowly but surely every single day there's a new subscriber or a couple more subscribers. Just keep hitting that subscribe button, folks. It really does help me out at the end of the day. If you want to sign up to Patreon, I leave a link in the description below. It's not too late to sign up this month. We will be doing the giveaway now shortly enough. Prize hasn't been decided yet, but we will be going to, through different shops or different, say, it's online stores, online stores or anything like that. But if we can't find something for the price that we have in mind, we will be giving away a cash prize as well. So we're not going to leave members stuck. We're going to get it all sorted. But now is the time to sign up, because we have been in flying forms, say, at the start of the month. Obviously, look, I picked out a 14-1 place there at their one of the first couple of days. Ryan is after having 3 or 4 winners on the bounce. 9-2 winner, 22-1 third. I think it was a 2-1 winner there yesterday. Not 100% sure. I'll have to check that up again. But look, at realistically, we have been in flying form, and we have been really, really working hard and really, you know, pushing for the to be the best of the best. And for the sake of a tenner, we definitely treat members to the best of our ability anyway, and hopefully we do get them on plenty of winners at the end of the month. But we've started off how we mean to go on. I leave a link in the description below. For the sake of a tenner, you can't really go wrong with us. It's definitely for the sake of 2 pints per month. I definitely don't think you could go wrong, and we do our very living best to look after members and look after the people that look after us most of all. But look, I'm going to leave it there. Like I already said, please make sure to keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you are having a bet tomorrow, the very, very best of luck, and we'll see you all again tomorrow.